This morning in our Climate Watch series, we're focusing on climate activists who are taking direct action to make their point. Last week, one group blockaded the entrance to the global headquarters of Citigroup in Manhattan. They demanded the banking giant stop funding fossil fuel interests. Senior national and environmental correspondent Ben Tracy takes a closer look at one climate group that says it doesn't need to be liked to be effective.
Blocking traffic, throwing red powder on a case housing the U.S. Constitution, and dousing a glass-covered Van Gogh with soup. Climate protesters are not just marching in the streets. They're finding new and more aggressive ways to demand climate action.
We can still cause a little bit of a scene, cause some chaos.
On a recent Wednesday night in Washington, D.C.,
I know exactly the route that we can go.
21-year-old Maxwell Downing shared his plan to cause a scene at this nearby hotel.
What exactly are you guys doing tonight?
We're going to a fancy schmancy gala that J.D. Vance, Republican senator from Ohio, is going to be speaking at. J.D. Vance is one of the top 20 recipients of oil and gas money in Congress.
Downing cased the hotel the day before to find the best escape routes.
Who does not have $50 in cash?
So after making sure that everyone had money in case they got arrested,
J.D. Vance is a climate supervillain!
These climate protesters stormed the ballroom.
Come on, J.D., face us! He's a climate criminal!
Interrupting the event until security finally threw them out.
Face us! All fossil fuels!
Get out!
Immediately, security guards, hands around the neck, which is not usual.
They belong to a group called Climate Defiance.
You need to act!
Which says it won't engage in vandalism or violence, but has quickly become notorious for surprise confrontations with oil executives and politicians on both sides of the aisle. Senator Vance did not respond when we asked for his reaction to the disruption.
Joe Manchin.
But a recent protest of Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat, almost came to blows.
You have sold our futures and you've gotten rich doing it. You sick.
And a protester was shoved to the ground.
When you burst into a room and you call somebody like Senator Manchin a sick F word, what is the outcome you're hoping to achieve?
We don't necessarily expect to move Manchin or whatnot. We are trying to make climate change a top issue in American politics. I mean, that reached 6 million people.
Fossil fuels, Vance!
Michael Greenberg is executive director of Climate Defiance.
And fossil fuels!
He says their protests are designed to go viral on social media, attracting new members to their cause and raising awareness of climate change as an existential issue.
We're gonna die. Who cares how rude we are?
I don't mind if you die.
We're trying to shake the public awake.
Do you worry about turning people off, that they see you as more annoying or more of a threat than actually helping the cause you say you're trying to help?
Yeah, we're definitely an acquired taste. Not everybody loves us. You don't need to be popular to be effective.
And their goal is media attention, plain and simple. He doesn't look at the general population.
Dana Fisher is a professor at American University and author of a new book about climate activism.
He's a criminal!
She calls these kinds of activists shockers, not unlike some of the AIDS activists of the 1980s who desperately tried to get people's attention.
How do we know if this is actually effective?
I think it's going to be a hindsight thing. I mean, I do not think that the whole movement should shift towards these kinds of actions because I think it'll be a detriment to the movement itself. But it is playing a role in helping to keep the conversation going.
There's a lot of climate doom that goes around right now. Oh, you can't do anything. Well, we're doing something. We're confronting directly the people who are selling our futures.
And they have had some success. After targeting several Biden administration officials, Climate Defiance got a meeting with John Podesta, the White House's chief climate advisor. The group was also part of the pressure campaign that recently led President Biden to pause the expansion of liquefied natural gas exports. Vlad?
This is such a great piece, Ben. Thank you very much. There's a lot to digest from what Ben was reporting there. On one hand, you can understand that they want cameras there. They want these activities to go viral because it does cause people to pay attention. On the other, politicians, including the President of the United States, have enacted or have at least put plans into place to address climate issues. So it's not as if people don't know that it's something that needs to be addressed.
But only time really will tell in terms of what action is actually taken, what policies are actually passed as a result of bringing attention to something that I think everyone at this point recognizes is a problem.
We love shock value.
Yeah, we do.
But we'll see if this is counterproductive or not.